to get the best decision. And then the second technique is database. This is very important. The last time I spoke about this, I told the educators that, see, this area of database for artificial intelligence is our responsibility, because we need to feed the artificial intelligence with information. The information available to the AI is what determines what the AI will do. So the database available to it, we need to determine it. That's why we are talking about automating your school processes. If we don't automate our school processes, artificial intelligence cannot come and work on pen and paper. It's not possible. So we have to take the first commitment of automating our processes, so that if you want to wake up one day as a school teacher and say, hey Google, or hey Edves, please tell me the financial status of this school, or tell me the academic performance of students in biology, then the system will make use of what the teachers have been clicking inside Edves every day to bring out the information. So the database is one of the major techniques, and we all need the database, because if we don't build the database for your school, then you are going to import database from outside the country, which will not be in line with your own practices. And then you are going to be getting results that other people are supposed to get, and there will be issue in your school if you want to make use of artificial intelligence. So please, we need to be committed in building database. And the third one is symbolic base. Symbolic base, understanding the symbol. The driverless car is going, you can recognize that this is a truck. And then you have to, reduce the speed. You have to check this is a drainage. All the symbols on the road, the artificial intelligence can understand. So it's one of the techniques. And the symbolic recognition. I mentioned computer vision. So the system uses computer vision to recognize symbols to take decision. And then the last one is an hybrid. You can see. Can you see the image I put there? Who can recognize the image, please? That's a plate of jollof rice. The hybrid is the mixture of the rule-based and logics, the database, the symbolic, everything mixed together to form a technique. So these are the techniques that the artificial intelligence make use of to actually solve problems. Very interesting things about artificial intelligence. Number one is this thing called AI can improve itself. There's something we call training. When you wrote, for instance, on Edves, you can, if you want to write your lesson notes, you can actually put the topic and the class you want to teach, and the system will give you content that is in line with what you want to teach, which it happens in less than 10 seconds. Compared to you flipping through different pages of books and on Facebook for you, on Google for you to get your content. And the more you make use of this software, the more it gives you more relevant content. So if you don't make use of it, it will just remain. So, but the more you use it, it trains itself. That's what we call, supervised training. The more you use it, it gets better, and gets better. I can remember when they started driverless car, and now things are becoming perfect every day, because these AI devices, they get to know things better as they're doing them, because that is actually how our brain is also wired. When you do things very well often and often, then you get better with time, and that is AI. The second interesting thing about AI is that AI will redefine what we call efficiency in our school. AI will redefine this thing for us, because we now need to trust a device to do some certain task for us. On Edves, you can decide to say, okay, let me just teach my students, set some quiz for them and enter their score, then the result will be ready, provided the template has been done by the developers. Now, the AI will now take it from you to now work to ensure that, okay, this so time you are supposed to have done this first CA, second CA, then the pop-ups will be coming to you, then the question will be coming to you, and in fact, it's just like it will just form like an assistant to you, and every teacher will interact with it. And what we call efficiency, sometimes when you are hungry, you don't want to do some certain things, or maybe when you are working and you're feel tired, you go and sleep. But these AIs, they will keep on working for you. In fact, there will be questions that, okay, can I use the score in the assignment to form the second CA? All you just say is yes. Then the system will do it for you. This is the time that the school normally vacates. This time last year you vacated. Are you ready to push out the result of students in so class? All you just say is yes, and then all these things will be happening, and then you don't have to think all alone on your own. So these are two interesting things. And AI needs a parent. The AI needs parents, and the parents are the users. I mentioned that AI becomes better as we use them. So we need a role to adopt AI. That's another role. So my own device now is like I'm a parent to the device, because I use it for scientific research and things like that. And it's becoming better on scientific research. The same device, if you use it for heart and commercial research, it will be better on heart and commercial research. So the more you use it, it gets better. So the kind of future you want your AI to deliver to you, you train the AI the way it should go, so that when it grows up, it will not depart from that future that you expect. So we have a responsibility. Training AI is another parent. All these things I'm saying, they will start happening in the next 5 years, 10 years from now, and then you come back to me and say, Dimeji, you actually said something. Or maybe, Dimeji, you told a lie. So the first thing is training AI. We call the first training to be supervised training. The supervised training, when you can decide, okay, I want this machine to give me this result, then you feed in the actual data. The second type of training is unsupervised. So if you set up a record, you set up data, you have data on attendance, you have data on results and everything, then you allow AI to interact with the data to create pattern. That is unsupervised. So the supervised version of the training is actually better, because we have an expectation in mind. And the third one is reinforcement training. So when you are training, the AI is learning. The reinforcement training, have you ever seen a robot trying to climb the staircase? So you throw the robot to climb the staircase, and it will continue to try to climb. It will continue to try to climb until the AI can climb. The robot can climb the staircase. I've seen robots that have been deployed in deliveries, logistic companies, that they just move around a particular estate, small boxes like this. You just see them moving around some particular estate, then they are looking for a particular location, a particular address, where they can just stay there, and then they set alert to the person that placed order for the material to come outside to come and pick their goods. So it's been deployed already, and this is reinforcement learning, because some of these addresses, the AI have never been there, and they continue to go until it gets to the address using GPS network, because internet is always available, and this is the kind of feature we are going to have. So now my prediction about AI and about your school is, the first one is the artificial intelligence will become a subject in your school. And when it becomes a subject, so we now need a teacher to teach. So who can now teach an AI who can teach an AI if the person has not used AI before? You cannot teach effectively. You just teach theory, and that will be a problem. And if you have not really taken your time to look into the future, you won't be able to train the student, because anything that is artificial, they happen so fast, and things change quickly. So it won't be like a subject that we created. It's like we are studying human being, but these human beings are artificial, and they change time to time. So we need a teacher to be teaching artificial intelligence as a subject, not under computer science anymore, but as a subject on its own. And also, every teacher will become a parent by 2030. Every teacher will become a parent to an artificial intelligence. I have two human being as my children, and I have one device as my virtual child. So I have 3 children now. So I'm taking care of my 2 human being children, and I'm taking care of the AI child that I have, because I have to train it, because I want efficiency. I don't want to go outdated, so I have to train my AI. So that's my 3rd child. So every teacher will be a parent to an AI by 2030.